Hello guys and welcome to another interview of Living Legends, the European Masters Edition, a twist to our usual interviews where we actually interview teams that are going to participate into the European Masters Edition tournament. So without further ado, I'm joined today, as you have seen in the poster, as you see now on the screen, by Team Italy. So say hello to the people, guys.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hello.
How are you doing, guys? How are you doing?
Fine.
Excellent.
I think we already have an interesting question from the people. What do Italians think about pineapple on pizza?
We don't like it.
I don't think it's pizza. It's something else.
Just don't.
Bad things.
I mean, why do you hate pineapple on pizza? I don't say I like it, I don't say I hate it, but why do you guys hate it in Italy?
Because you don't have to put some fruit in the pizza. you can eat first the pizza and then the fruit after, maybe. But why you? I don't know. I'm surprised for the team. Someone put pineapple in the pizza. I don't know why. But
it's like playing Trundle and then playing Vladimir with it. You get something good and then you put it, combine it with Vladimir. It's just not,
No, guys, me and Broken Ball are not teams. I know we look pretty similar, but no, we are not teams. And to answer you, Annie, the order is different because Discord orders people different. I guess based on the name, because you see it's Broken Ball, then Bulat, then C, then M. It's BBCM. That's why I'm not top right. If that answers your question now. So we're already starting with some harsh questions on you guys. Let's trim it down a bit. Let's take it slower. So, who are you guys in real life? Who are you when you are not playing Runeterra? Broken Ball, who are you in real life?
I do still play the card game in real life, but I'm a student in theory. I was in Milan before this whole Corona thing happened, But before LOR, I actually wasn't playing card games because Hearthstone I kind of quit 2 years ago. But after LOR came out, I started playing another card game, and this one is pretty good, and hopefully it becomes big.
Nice. How about you, Bulat? Who are you in real life?
I am a student too, and I played a lot of cards game in the last 5 years. I started with Magic, then I played a lot of Hearthstone. I played some European tournament, and in June or July, I quit with Hearthstone and I start to play Runeterra, and now I play it full time.
Nice. Last but not least, Meliador, who are you in real life?
No. But I'm older than my teammates. I'm the grandpa here. I played like a pro Hearthstone until 2019 for Samsung Morning Stars. But after the last year in the competitive, I didn't like the competitive organization about Hearthstone, so I start to search something else, and I found Runeterra. I think Runeterra is a very, very, very good game. Probably the best card game, actually. And so I started to play Runeterra, hoping for a competitive, and here we are. we can start with the European Master.
Yeah, that's just the start. I think there's many more to come, considering it's Riot we're talking about. They love making big stuff and competitive stuff. You all told us about your card game background, but what did you actually play in any tournaments in those card games, or did you just play for fun, maybe just ladder? For example, you Mediador, did you play in tournaments or did you just play on ladder?
No. I played a lot of tournaments on Hearthstone, including the global games that basically is the European Master for Hearthstone. So this is my second try for win something with Italy. Before the Hearthstone, I played a lot of board games. I won two world championship in 2 board games before to start to play card games. Now I play card games because I think online is the future. In the board games, you cannot live just playing board games, basically. But maybe you can live with card games if you are good, obviously, and a bit luck. So yes, and I can wait to start to play tournaments in Runeterra too.
Nice. Did you actually play in other tournaments in Runeterra besides this one?
Oh no! Yes, in Italy, yes, not international tournaments. Like 2 months ago, there was this invitational tournament in Italy with streamers and players. I played this tournament. I lost in final, but it was funny. It was funny, and I think for a caster, be a caster of Runeterra tournament is really funny things, because there are a lot of stuff to think about the game, more than Hearthstone, I think.
Yeah, and actually I started as a player in Runeterra as well, and I kind of converted myself to casting, and then I'm like, okay, if I don't have a casting job, I play into tournaments now. So I now am the full package, ladder, casting, tournaments. Oh. How about you, Bula? Did you play competitively in the previous card games before Runeterra, and did you play competitively in Runeterra in any tournament?
I played some tournament in Hearthstone, more or less important. I started in the late 2019, and the last one I played, it was the tour. I think it was in Montreal, if I remember. Then I started to play Runeterra. I played 2 decks of Runeterra. I missed the top 8 by 1 win. Later the bot fine, the 2 times, and now I play ladder, mostly play ladder, and this is my first important tournament.
And many more to come, I'm sure of that. And you, Broken Ball,
I wish it.
Did you play any tournaments in other games before coming to Runeterra? I mean, in Runeterra you're kind of a staple for tournaments. If there's a tournament, there's Broken Ball.
I think I played every DOR under the sun, other than the single deck one. But in Hearthstone, I mainly played ladder and watched Forsen stream. But I was very lucky. Like I live in La Spezia, and in this city there was for 2 years a big Hearthstone tournament. So I did play in those 2. So people may believe that I was actually a competitive Hearthstone player, but it just happened to be that I live in the same city as a big tournament. And other than that, I played a lot of card games like Duelist and just get Legend there, and then quit again. So like 2 years ago, I got really bored of Hearthstone, so I quit card games completely. And when Riot announced LOR, I just really liked the idea, I liked the concept. It took me a while to learn the game, but after a while playing tournaments, I kind of got better. And I think I have like 8 top 8s, which puts me top 17 in top 8s in tournaments. So I think I did well. And I played in AOT, so...
Yeah, nice. And you have an upcoming Fight Night Europe. That's gonna be
Yes.
in 2 days, so... Yeah, you're almost everywhere. And I assume this is a troll question, but I'm gonna ask it anyways from Win by Coin Flip. How did you do in Jamfest 4?
I unfortunately missed the most stacked and important tournament of LOR's history, which is Jamfest 4, where Coinflip got the second place, which is and Lobster got top 8. So congrats to Coinflip there.
Yeah, congrats to Coinflip, but then it's gonna come, Alan is gonna come and he's gonna say if you're not top 1, it's not worth it. So, now that we've got a bit accustomed with your background, in LOR, do you guys have any favorite card or any card that you hate? Any of you wants to start on this one, if they have a favorite or a card that they hate?
I can start, I think.
Go ahead.
Everyone knows that I love this card. I reached top 10 with this card many times. So my favorite card is Jinx. I think it's so fun to play, and yeah, it's just too good. I hate War Mother. I really hate War Mother. I don't know. It's just a kind of slow card, but the impact on the second and third turn when you cast minion is just too high, and don't know. I wish that not so many players will play it on the Masters tour. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the most prolific decks in the game, so I don't wanna cut it to you straight, but I think unless you ban them.
No, and I'm gonna cry so hard.
I mean, yeah, you can still ban them if you want.
We can see.
But I don't know, maybe they bring War Mothers and Spooky Karma, then it's gonna be interesting. Let's not think about that, I don't wanna give you nightmares already. Broken Ball, do you have any favorite or hated card in the game right now? Or maybe there was one in the past?
My favorite card is Starlit Seer, and a lot of it is because back in the day, like in Rising Tides, the first deck that I found really good success with was Fizz Braum with Starlit Seer, and Braum was 3 mana and very bad, and I actually got top 8 at DOR with that, which is kind of absurd, but whatever. And I don't hate Timer anymore, but I'm just going to shout it out anyway, because there was a period when I just went to the Masters Discord and complained about Timer every day. Like I play ladder for 3 games, then I go into the Masters Discord and say, daily reminder that Heimer and Flash of Brilliance are high roll bullshit garbage and shouldn't be in the game. So I really hated Heimer back then.
Nice. How about you, Meliador? What did you hate, what did you love?
I love Genevieve. Genevieve is my favorite card. I even have.
Oh God, Scouts player.
no, Genevieve player, and it's been nerfed like 2 weeks ago. I'm really sad about that, but I think I will play it anyway. I don't like random cards generator. It's not like one card, but something like I don't know, Flash of Brilliance. Come si chiama la spella 1 che I don't remember the name of the spell with Nightfall that generate another Nightfall card. Okay, Unspeakable Horror. Yeah. Cards like that. Celestial. I don't know because I don't think it's fair to be an unpredictable card in the end of my opponent. I don't like it.
I mean, you kinda still have to work for it, especially if you wanna play Celestials plus Aurelion Soul to get the synergy. You still need to work until the late turns to achieve that one, and it's not always guaranteed because there's aggro players that are gonna rush it down. There are decks that don't let you play Aurelion Soul. It's a lot of trouble.
I do think that like the Aesol Mirror back when it was whoever got the Living Legends first, that was pretty bullshit. Like that was a very bullshit bureau, but other than that, Invoke is pretty fine for me. Like, it's a fun way to implement randomness, I think. But the Aesol Mirror was truly bullshit.
I mean, imagine now if we had Filter Rush and Aurelion Soul with the past level up condition. Aurelion Soul would have been leveled on the Filter Rush.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, I played with the Celestial Cards against Landmark. If you roll the Meteor, you can win easily, probably. But if you don't, you just lose without do basically nothing. So I don't know. I prefer to play a card that destroy a landmark and just that, for example.
I totally understand. We talked about cards that you like, cards that you hate, but do you have any specific card that you identify yourself with? Does anyone want to start on this one, or should I pick someone?
I think for me it's Draven. Yeah. I really like Draven, even when I play League of Legends. So I really identify on it the way that the log is so fun, so happy. I think it's like me. It's Draven.
I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, your favorite card is Jinx. You identify yourself with Draven. Guess who's the discard player in the room?
I don't know. Maybe TF. I think is the card gamer. So I like it in a card game. There is a card gamer in a card game.
What do you specifically like about it?
But I don't know if I have to cosplay a champion in Runeterra. Probably I do Twisted Fate because Twisted Fate is the card gamer. So I don't know.
I mean, you just need to put a hat on top of your head and then just dye your black, and that's it. You are Twisted Fate.
And do sharp thing.
How about you, Broken Ball? What card do you identify yourself with?
I really want Bard to be added to the game so I can answer the question. I'll say Bard when he gets released. I really like Bard, the champion from LoL. I hope he gets released next for Targon after the next expansion. Like I really like how he kind of breaks the game and melts it. He does random stuff that works. I kind of describe myself like that when I play the card game.
Why do you identify yourself with Bard though? What's the similarities between you two?
I think like the way Bard plays in the game is kind of like how I like playing the game. Playing in a weird way that somehow works. Like that's what I did usually when I build lineups. Like I always have an hyper-focused lineup, and which brings me to building a third deck that has nothing to do. Like it makes no sense, but it works. And I think that it reflects how I play.
I understand now why you identify yourself with Bard. So, since you don't have Bard, maybe before it gets released, did you have any funny or any sad moments on the ladder? Or maybe in tournaments as well, because you play a lot of tournaments. A shit ton of tournaments, sorry.
Well,
yesterday I was playing against Dip, and he had like one card left in the deck, and he had the 2/5 mana stealth Dip monster. I don't remember the name in English, and he started with an open attack with the 2/5 mana to attack, and it was lethal, but he put the first. I don't. I can explain. Okay, the first two monster to attack were the 2 stealth monster, and the last one was Nautilus. I had 20 HP, so he attack and draw 2 times, so he lost. If he put the Nautilus first, he was going to win, but he started with the 2 fish, and so I won completely random. It was like, man, please. It was against a European Masters player. I will not say the name.
Okay.
But now I'm like, bro, calm down.
Oh, okay, so how many European Masters players that play deep are there? I'm curious. Yeah, okay, let's not bring that one up. I guess now you're gonna go easier on him just because, you know, he tends to do shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I start to play, I played expeditions, and I didn't know what happened when you can't draw. Okay, because you have finished the card in your deck.
Okay.
So I played this very long game, but I was in control. Okay, I was in control, so I play safe because there is a time in Hearthstone. If you can play, you just take damage. Okay, it's easy, and the deck doesn't change of sides. The sides of the deck in Runeterra graphically is still the same. Okay, so I didn't realize that I finished my deck. So I didn't make a play for a little because I think I have time. I draw the card, and this was the last card, but I have no attack in the next turn because my opponent have the coin of the attack, and I started to pray that I take just 1 damage for the draw, but no, I just lost a 40-minute game for this shit. I can't forget this.
I mean, don't do that in European Masters.
No.
One thing that really changed how I view the game happened like in DOR2 back in the day. Like I was facing Presto in a round, and he was playing Endure Spiders without Endure because we didn't realize Endure was good back in the day. And he had all trios and 1 of Ruination for no reason. And I was playing like Bannerman, and we played the game normally. And I think, I win now. Like I win in the next attack. I just play a Sisra and I win on the attack. He plays the 1 of Ruination, and he wins the game because of it. Then he messages me, said GG, and said, "You really were thinking hard about the 1 of Ruination there, right?" I think it really gives a big mental edge, and he hyped up the 1 of Ruination really hard there. But I thought it was bullshit. I lost the 1 of. But ever since that day, like I really value tournament, especially in open deck list, because it makes your opponent play weird, and if for some reason you win because of it, the opponent giga tilts. So I think ever since that day, I really like 1-offs in tournament.
Yeah, it's just one deck that you can bluff all the game, and then the opponent realizes when you play all your cards, hey, there was no Ruination there. I guess I'm screwed. Easy. Okay, now that we kind of finished with the introductory questions, let's get to more serious stuff. Let's get to the European Masters questions. And the first question is, were you always guys confident that you are gonna qualify for European Masters? Bulat, were you always confident since you were the person that qualified the country?
I wasn't, because my story about the qualify is very weird. I was first 2 weeks before the ladder stop, and in 1 week I lost all my LP. I was to 0, and then in 1 day I won 25 game in a row or something similar. with this card, and so I became first, and then the last 2 days I was safe about my top three in my country, but I wasn't safe about the Italy, because we were like 14 first. Then I played 2 games, I won, and then we became like 10 or something similar. And the last day I was pretty confident, but I don't know. I was always looking for the ladder, because anything can happen.
Nice. How about you, Broken Ball? Were you always confident that you're gonna qualify for this tournament?
Okay, so when the P got announced, I did not know the Italian community, so I thought like I don't know anyone, so probably it will be easy. But then, like 2 days later, I realized there's a lot of people that play in Italy, and a lot of them actually play ladder. So it will be. I knew it will be a bit rough, and especially because I hate ladder, so I had to learn, to climb. And I think I climbed mostly with GP Sage. I never broke the 400 LP barrier. Like sometimes I was top 3, but I couldn't, break that barrier. And I think I dropped from 380 to 0 LP 8 times during my climb. And I always complain to coin flip, exactly that. Just play scouts and climb back again to 300. I did that 7 times. And 4 days before the finish, I was at 200 LP. And the top 3 was 400, and I said, fuck this, I'm playing Swain TF until the end, I'll learn this garbage deck and I'll get there. And I actually broke that 400 barrier on Saturday, and I stopped playing at 450, and I was still 4th, but the last day was really crazy, because I surpassed the Balco, was the 3rd in Italy in at 1 AM and 20, which was 40 minutes before the cutoff. Before that, I was whatever. I'll play. If I lose one, I can make it. But I actually surpassed him, and then I surpassed also Meliador. And I was hoping he never realized it. But as I learned later, there's no way he wouldn't realize it, because he had a whole team to make sure he wasn't getting surpassed, and he got surpassed. And then he played 2, and he surpassed me again at 140. I played again, and Meliador was locked 2nd. I played again. I got the news that Balco lost his game, so I relaxed and I played my game slow. But it was really an insane finish. I really want Meliador to say his point of view of those last few days, because from his point of view, it was really crazy.
Yeah. Obviously, this shit happens at 1 hour from the finish. I never played the last 2 days because I had 500 points, and the 4th was 100 points behind me. So it's senseless to play for us. For me, for Balco, that was in top 3 with me and Bullet. But we just wait the end. I had stuff to do Sunday, so while I did this stuff, every hour I turned back to see where Broken Ball Soul was in the ladder, and they win 1, lost 1, win 2, lost 1, win 1, lost 1. No one dropped totally, but no one reached me. Okay, so it's senseless for me to play, but I knew that sometimes one of them surpass me or Balco, and obviously was at 40 minutes from the cut. So I played, I won. They played, they won. I replayed, I won. And if I won another match, probably I beat Bullet too, because we're still going to win for save ourselves. And then the time finished. Balco lost a game, and we are in top 3, but it was really, really crazy. the last hour of our.
Yeah, like before Barco lost his last game, it was just like 10 points behind me, so we were all in the same spot.
Yeah, it was really close. Like it was one game difference from me or my other not making it basically at that point.
Speaking about crazy and an insane run, what was the most difficult part in your climb, guys? What was the most difficult part for you, Bulat, in the climb?
For me, I don't know, maybe the central part, because I started well. I was like second in Italy when they announced the tournament, so I didn't play it a lot in the start, because we were all asking how many points we needed to qualify, and we all thought that 4,000 was enough. So I stopped at 3,000 after the second week, I think. Then they started to climb. Many people started to climb. We were like 7 or 8 people in the same spot, yeah, in 50 points. Then I dropped out, to 2,000. Then I climbed it again. Then I dropped it again. Then I climbed it again. It was like, yeah, it was crazy for me. Then I dropped out to 0 LP, and then I go again to 5,000, and I stopped to play. Yeah, for me it was crazy, and so I think the last 3 weeks were the most difficult part.
How about you, Broken Ball? What was the most difficult thing for you during the climb?
I basically got immune to tilting because of how many times I dropped to 0 LP, so that was never an issue. But before AOT, like I usually test decks for tournament on ladder because I don't care about ladder, but I was like second in Italy with 300 and over points, but I decided to test my Aimer Lissin on ladder, which did not go well, and this was when the LP system gains were bugged, so you always lost 25 and you always gained 25. So I ended up at 50 LP, and I said, whatever, I'll climb back, no issue later on, which obviously did not happen. It wasn't that easy, like I never recovered after that well. So that's when my roller coaster of going from 0 to 380 started like 7 times. Like I really wish back then that I did not into my LP for testing the tournaments. Like I got really saved by the new LP change they made during a patch, that you could gain more than 15 LP. That really saved me back then. Not gonna lie.
I mean, you had a crazy round going from 300 to 0, 300 0, but that was actually the story for many players, in fact, because one day you saw one person at the top, and second day or even second night that person was at 0 LP, and the ladder was changing like this and like that every single day.
Yeah. Shout out to Ray Stalin in particular. And every time I faced him during the climb, he always had 10 mana on turn 6. He always high rolled me, except the final day. But I was really hating the guy. The only time he didn't, Ray Stalin.
Okay. I faced him a lot.
He always high rolled me, but he always went from 0 to 600. I don't know how he did it. He's really a legend for me.
I need to learn from him now that I'm playing Trundle Soul myself. And last but not least, Meliador, what was the hardest part in your climb?
Okay, to be honest, the last game, because after 2 weeks of games, in one match you can be qualified or you finish fourth. It's tough. It's tough. But the first part was a little problematic for me because I stream like every day, and there was a problem with, I don't know, my concentration during the stream or some stream snipers, I don't know. But during the stream, I always lost like 70, 100 points, and during the night I come back playing off stream, and the day after I lost points during the stream, then I gain points off stream. Last 5 days I didn't stream, and I didn't lose points, so I don't know why, but it's better not streaming if you have to qualify for something important.
I mean, if you stream, your attention goes into so many directions. You need to answer
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chat, you need to think about that answer. In the meantime, an idiot is playing this card and is throwing a lot of damage at you. Yeah, it's hard.
yeah.
Anyways, now you are here, guys, and how did you feel actually after all this hard run? How did you feel when you realized that you are the ones that qualified for Italy? How did you feel?
Well, very well. I honestly, after that hour, I feel I don't know the in English, svuotato, come si dice in inglese?
Relieved, tipo.
Yeah. I just go to the bed and I sleep like 14 hours. But I'm very happy because I think especially in a card game, your best opportunity for win something very important is in this team competition, because to be a world champions or European champions in single player, you have to be very lucky, I think, because just one player wins, and often these tournaments are between like 300 players, so you have very small possibilities. In this tournament we are 16 basically, so it's one of 16.
That's actually very competitive, and I see that you are glad that you are playing in competitions. Are you a team player or are you a single player?
I'm not gonna lie, I think that I'm more a single player because I play very aggressive, especially in ladder. I do some really aggressive stuff. So if you ask me, I think that if I play solo, I can play better if I think about my play style. But I think that with Broken and Melia, maybe I can. We are not gonna risk so much, but maybe we are going to play we are going to make the good play.
Nice. And how did you feel when you found out that you are qualified for the European Masters, Bulat?
I was happy. Yeah, I was kind of nervous about the top 16, and yeah, but it wasn't unexpected for the last days because, as I said first, I was kind of safe in Italy, but yeah, I was very happy. It is my second big tournament, so yeah, I was very happy.
As Coinflip says in the chat, just qualified Italy real quick, no big deal.
Easy.
Yeah, easy man,
No sweat.